Classic movie fans, Rick Nineg here. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Back to the Future. It is probably my favorite movie of all time. I absolutely love the trilogy as well. But today we're going to be talking about the first movie and a specific scene, if you've watched Back to the Future, that you will absolutely remember. And that is where Einstein, the little dog, or let's just say Doc's dog, gets into, or he's put into by Doc. He's strapped in with a seatbelt into the DeLorean, and then Doc hooks up a remote control to the car and drives Einstein around the mall while Marty is looking in horror and in shock. He's thinking, wait, there's a dog in the car being remote controlled by Doc. Remember, this is 1985, and so that's pretty ludicrous to imagine. But yes, we saw this on screen, and then we see the DeLorean start to basically, the wheels start to peel, and then we see the acceleration of the DeLorean towards the duo. Now, this is something, if you think about it, it's pretty crazy to see, and it's pretty crazy to see on film. 1985, there was nothing like CGI or any crazy computer graphics. So if you're looking at this scene and you're looking at these images that I'm looking at, you can clearly see Einstein in the driver's seat. So what, was there a guy driving with a dog on his lap, but he was looking down? But how do you film a scene like this? I mean, is the dog in danger? And I mean, why didn't PETA, the protection for the cruelty of animals, how did they not go up in arms about this and seeing a dog put in a car that's remotely controlled and put on? Well, I'll tell you the secrets. That's what I do here. I deep dive into classic TV shows and movies, and I'll show you exactly how this was done. And I think a lot of you will be pleasantly surprised. It's so simple that it's actually genius. Let's take a look at it. Now let's start here where Doc puts the dog, Einstein, that's his name, so I'll call him Einstein, where Doc puts Einstein inside the car. Of course, this is all real. No one would question this at all. He even straps him into the car. There is nothing wrong here, but once we see that the dog goes in there and he's there alone, we begin to think, hopefully the dog will be okay. We see the remote control come out, and then Doc activates it, and the dog goes backwards. Anytime you see the dog, quote unquote, alone in the car and it's moving, that is not the dog. That is actually a stuntman who has a whole top prosthetic. In fact, about half of his body is covered in this prosthetic. I'll show it to you here. It is very, very realistic. I mean, you can even see the mouth open, tongue, teeth, a wet-looking nose, 2 eyes, ears. The fur looks absolutely amazing. Remember, this is 1985, and the person next to him is someone who just came with this. That wasn't used in the movie. This person was helping as an extra and just thought it was funny for them to dress up similar to the dog. But the dog that's actually in the movie, or the images that we see of the dog inside, is the man on the left. Now, the name of the stuntman who had that half dog suit, you can say, his name was Dick Butler. Now, he was present at the filming, and whenever they had to have the dog drive around, well, he just put that half prosthetic on top of him. And as you see in this image, you can see how he would be seated in the car. It would only cover up to just below his shoulders, and he had easy access with his hands to the steering wheel, and he was actually driving the DeLorean himself, his feet operating all the pedals. But from the angle that you would see this, you would only see the top half of the dog and think that this was really Einstein in the car being remotely driven by Doc. By the way, there was no real remote connection from the remote control to the actual car. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope it gives you a little better idea of how these few seconds of film were filmed with the dog in there and making it safe for everyone involved. Of course, Einstein was not hurt. He was not involved in any incident because they took precautions, and it came out great when the final scene took place. If you want to see more Back to the Future, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Really does help. I want to cover this movie more, but I want to see if you want to see it as well. We'll see you all next time, and don't forget, everyone, be hopeful. Thank you so much to my supporters, especially my Diamond Tier patrons: Terry Y, Jerry D, Citizen Kane, Jennifer P, David D, Kevin K, Sally N, and Vito L. If you want to be on this patron list, go check the links in the description for a wonderful way that you can support the channel. Thank you.